You know, I've always wondered which peak was Fellwinter's Peak. Is it that one over there, that one, or that one? What do you guys think? I think it's that one. I really think it's that one. Hello again, Guardians, so welcome back to the channel for another Destiny episode. Before we get into it, as always, I'm giving away 1,000 silver for Destiny or a Destiny emblem away from the Bungie store. All you have to do to enter in for this week's giveaway is be subscribed, show your support and like the video, and then leave a comment down below on all the gear that you've received out of the CROTA'S End Raid. Now, to get into this video, we're going to be going over all of my gear on all three characters of what I've received from the CROTA'S End Raid, including the ornaments, and just going over everything in general to kind of give you a comparison of drop rates compared to what you've gotten. And then you can let me know in the comment section down below on if your drop rates were roughly the same across three characters or maybe even one character. So first off, we're going to go with my Hunter, then my Titan, and then my Warlock, which my Warlocks received the most gear, so I'm really excited to show off my Warlock. So to get into it, the inventory, I got the Word of Crota Adept. I ended up also getting the Fang of Iryut Adept and then the Oversoul Edict normal legendary version. And that was really exciting. That was actually the most amount of gear drops that I got was the primary weapons. And then for my special, I didn't receive anything. My rocket launcher, though, was the Hunger of Crota, which was really exciting because the Hunger of Crota is like the baby Galahorn. That's what it was called back in year one. It was the baby Galahorn, and everybody was excited to get it because it was really good. It was awesome legendary rocket launcher to use, especially in the Crucible. Now, the Ghost on my Hunter I did not receive. I also did not receive the artifact, but I did receive one piece of armor on my Hunter, and that was going to be the Shroud of Flies. I didn't receive any armor pieces on any of the other gear, which is crazy. Armor just seems to not be dropping for certain Guardians, and I don't know why, but it just isn't. So, yeah. To let you know the ornament, though, if I were to actually attach the ornament, which I could, but I'm not going to, this is the ornament. Not very fancy. Doesn't really change much. I believe it gives you horns on the top too, but it won't actually show you that unless I equipped it, but I'm definitely not equipping it. Next up, going over to my Titan. Moving over to my Titan, we're going to stay in orbit for the rest of this video, but here's my Titan. I'm going to go to his inventory. Did not receive the Ghost. I did receive the Hunger of Crota on my Titan as well, which is pretty exciting, but I would have really liked the Song of Iryut. Next up, I also did not receive a special weapon, so no shotgun or fusion rifle. Then I did receive a lot of primaries, so I ended up getting the Word of Crota normal. I got another Adept version of the Fang of Iryut, and then I also got an Abyss Defiant Adept, which is really exciting because that's actually working really well in Crucible right now. And then we also got a lot of armor pieces for my Titan this time around. Unlike my Hunter, where I only got one, I actually got quite a bit on my Titan. So I got 3 out of the 5 pieces in total, which is great. So we ended up getting the gauntlets. I will show you what it looks like with preview. There it is. Pretty sweet. And then also alongside that, I ended up getting the boots, which I can preview those as well. Those are pretty sweet. And then I also got the Mark of the Pit, which honestly one of the most interesting class items out of this raid, as you can see. So pretty cool. Next up, though, did not receive an artifact, which I'm wondering why this raid's not dropping me an artifact, because I also didn't receive it on my Warlock, which we'll go into momentarily. But alongside this, the drop rates for the Adept weapons, guaranteed you get a very good mix if you do it on all 3 characters for the challenge modes. Challenge mode for Iryut and Crota on all 3 characters is great. It just seems like the Adept weapons drop randomly, and it's really nice to go through those challenges and you pretty much have a really good possibility of getting a mix of all 4 of the Adept weapons. So getting into it, we're going to go over to my Warlock. Okay, Guardians, so it's Warlock. I did receive the emblem. I did my Warlock first through the entire raid, so I ended up doing the challenges on Crota and Iryut. I ended up getting both emblems for Iryut and Crota. Alongside this, though, I ended up getting the biggest array of rewards for my Warlock. So I'm going to take a look through here. We ended up getting the Oversoul Edict Adept, which also finished off all of the Adept weapons that we needed to acquire. We also got another Abyss Defiant Adept. We got a normal Abyss Defiant, and I also did farm out the Necrochasm, which is really exciting. Alongside that, I did not get a special weapon on this as well, but I also did get the Song of Iryut, which is exciting, and I also did get another Hunger of Crota rocket launcher for my Warlock, but I ended up dismantling it. Actually, I ended up infusing it into the Dragon's Breath, because everybody knows that the Dragon's Breath did get a new ornament, and when I get the ornament, I kind of want to just go and use the Dragon's Breath for a little bit. Even though the rocket launcher isn't good, I just want to be able to use that new ornament. Then also, I received the Ascendant Shell, which is really exciting, and a lot of people haven't seen the Ascendant Shell, so here you go, take a look at it in a bit more detail. It kind of looks like it's made out of an emerald, a weird blackish emerald, and it's really cool. I like it. It's a very slimmed down, just normal ghost shell, but it's just got a really nice color to it. And when you have it out and you're wearing a full Ascendant gear armor set for the Warlock, it looks pretty badass. Now, I didn't get a full set of armor. I got very close. I ended up giving the ornaments to my Warlock this time around, and I'm going to be doing that for the Vault of Glass, the King's Fall, and Wrath of the Machine as well. I'm going to be giving my ornaments to my Warlock first, and then from there I'm going to do my Hunter, and then I'm going to do my Titan last, because everybody knows I don't really use the Titan as much, so I'd rather do my Warlock first, then my Hunter, then my Titan. So here's the chest piece, the boots, and also the class item. So the class item for the Warlock is fairly simple. It's just standard. It's got a little spike sticking out of it, and that's about it. And then on top of that, we got the boots, which is very simple as well. Just little spikes on the toes. And if I deactivate it, it's just plain. I'll reactivate it. It just pops those little spikes on. Then the chest piece is the most intricate of the pieces, and basically if we just spin it around, there you go. It just makes the Warlock shine. Little spikes there, little spikes along the rim. You also get the chest piece, you get the spikes on the belt, and also some lower detail on the lower back and everything else. And to give you guys a little perspective of what it looks like without it, there you go. Put it back on though, and a lot of detail. But we can show it off even better by doing this. So full rotation of the chest piece and all of the CROTA'S end gear. And again, I also did receive all of the ornaments for the CROTA'S end gear as well. The Age of Triumph ornaments for the armor. And I only used half of them. The other half are being saved for when I get the full set of CROTA'S end gear, or for maxing out my armor for next week's raid, which is going to be Vault of Glass. So there you have it, Guardians. I didn't receive an artifact, like I said before, for any of my characters, which is really saddening. I kind of wanted the artifacts, because the artifacts from CROTA'S End are actually fairly cool. They've got really cool names, and they look awesome. So I actually want to receive those. But moving forward, I did get all the Adept weapons, so the drop rate for those are great. I did receive all of the legendary weapons as well, which the drop rate on those are great, and it's really easy to get Necrochasm if you have a good raid team and they know how to beat Crota very quickly. And then obviously I did get both the heavies, and I also got the Ascendant Shell, which is really exciting. So that's all the drop rates, guys. I hope this video helped you in any way. If it did show you the drop rates and the differences between your Guardians characters, and if they matched up, then great. If you got a bunch of gear on one Guardian or little gear on another Guardian, then the drop rates seem to even out when you have 3 Guardians. Other than that, though, I do know a couple of my friends that didn't receive any armor for any of their Guardians and just received weapons, which is also fairly weird. It's different, it's bizarre, but I just wanted to get it out there and show you all the ×3 loot drops that I got from my Guardians, and I hope you all enjoyed the video. And if you did, remember to drop a like, share it with your friends. Also, stay violent, be privileged.
Oh, hi. VPG isn't here right now, but I guess you enjoyed the content. So over there's the logo you can click on. That will allow you to subscribe. More content up there, and behind the scenes daily content over here on the vlog channel. There you go. Enjoy!